Leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could make that so much softer, but I can't.
What, my yang or?
No, the music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well.
We'll clean it up in post.
Sure.
For those of you listening.
Sure. Yes. That's
Yeah.
what we'll do. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, dude. Welcome back. It's movie Leftovers time again. We're doing the Chronicles of Riddick. Yeah.
Yeah, this
It's
is what you
exciting.
picked. Yeah.
I did pick this one. I have strong feelings having not remembered as much the first time I watched it to the rewatch, but yeah, all in, things are good. The weather is not brutally hot yet, so I'm going to try my hand at barbecuing a little bit tomorrow.
Nice.
And just unplugging for a while. So yeah, how about you? Anything on the horizon that sounds fun?
I'm supposed to go to the museum with my sister and her kids.
Nice.
This weekend they have a big cultural exhibit for Mexican artists. So we're going to teach the kids about their heritage a little bit.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, so I'm
That
pretty
sounds
stoked
fun.
about that. Yeah. And what else? Not much else after that. So yeah.
Any good movies coming out that I should be on the lookout for? I haven't really been plugged in a couple of weeks.
I mean, John Wick 4 came out. I don't know if you saw that one yet.
I didn't. I still want to.
I
really
do too, but man, 3 hours in the theater.
That's what I was looking at because I almost went to see it and I was like, yeah, I've got like 2 hours to kill before I have to like prepare to do something. And I was like, oh, this is like what, 2 hours and 40 minutes or something, the film itself. It's like,
yeah, and then with all the trailers and everything, it's like, yeah.
I was like, oh, I need like half a day to go see this. So I might just wait for that one to come out, you know?
It is a commitment if you're gonna go to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's pulled me off of it. And then I've been wanting to go see the Mario movie with my nephews, but haven't been able to yet. And then with a group of friends, I've been wanting to see the D&D movie, but we can't wrangle each other up yet.
Yeah, and somebody told me that movie was actually a lot of fun recently.
I've heard that too.
So I was like, all right, cool.
I may just go. I may just bite the bullet and go by myself and just go see it.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we are talking Chronicles of Riddick.
We are.
Right?
We are indeed.
Famed D&D lover, Vin Diesel.
It's a great transition because that is in fact correct. And I think Vin Diesel did a movie about one of his own D&D characters because he loved it that much. And so it was called The Last Witch Hunter, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I think that's literally a character that he rolled. Like, I don't know if that's folklore or what, or who greenlit that or whatever. I kind of want to watch it just to see how it turns out. But
yeah. I had a friend who was he's a high-end artist, and he was commissioned to do a piece of work for Vin Diesel.
Interesting.
And it was pop media or what they call multimedia, so like a bunch of different collage type art.
Yeah.
And so I told my buddy at the time, I was like, put a D&D map in there. He's gonna love it. And apparently Vin's assistant later went and said he loved the D&D map.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
well, yeah, early thoughts on this film. Classic spinner rack sci-fi. What did I write? Necromongers are simply Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. Seems to be soul stealing and all that for reasons that remain unclear.
Right.
Furians are somehow like superheroes, but easily wiped out by a Bible story plot to eliminate all the male children, turns out.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. If they're so tough, how did they get destroyed all? Like, all of them get destroyed.
Other thoughts include we need more tank tops and goggles. We just need these things.
Yes.
Yeah, those are my early thoughts.
My thoughts were this movie really was two different movies mashed together.
Yep. It felt like a rewrite happened right at the end of the first act.
Oh, I feel like rewrites needed to happen.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah. Obviously, in totality, I agree.
Yeah. This movie was a little bit rough for me. It's like part prison escape film, part Bible epic, or some sort of like.
Yeah, and like what really started to grind on my gears was like there's a big fight scene when the Necromongers jump in and they start taking over the planet or whatever.
Right.
And the initial like planetary defending force goes to engage, and the whiplash coverage around between starship to battleship to guns on the ground, like you can't tell who's who.
Right.
You can't tell who's fighting. There's no, like, we need someone in there to center that scene on to at least draw the authenticity out, like a red leader, you know,
yeah,
or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
something.
for sure.
Give me something.
And to be
there.
fair, though, that was the style of the time. It's 2004. That's right around Transformers with the shaky cam, you know, like that's what was popular at that time.
Yeah, and I know they did that in the Bourne Identity. I still hated it. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That's where people got sick of it. But yes, it is that shaky cam. Can't tell what the hell's going on. I did pull up the box office numbers.
Yeah. What do we got here?
So the budget was $120 million in 2004.
Which was a lot more than Pitch Black because of the success of Pitch Black. To my recollection, it was like
correct. So this is the second film in the trilogy, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So they really upped the ante. They really expected big things for this.
Well, and just the way they named it, it kind of implies they're building a universe around this character now.
Oh yeah, that was the goal.
It just did not. It was very hollow. So anyway,
right. And
box office. Sorry,
it cost 120 to make. Remember, movie math. It's generally double that when you include marketing. So the box office total was 115 million. So it lost money.
Yikes.
Yeah, it lost money. Pretty something fierce. Now let's take a look at what other people thought about this film, not just us. So Rotten Tomatoes, let me pull that up. So here we go. The Rotten Tomatoes score, the tomato meter has it at 29%. The audience score has it at 65%. So
that's kind of surprising. I didn't expect the audience score to be as high as it. I figured this would be a tomato meter bomb, but
yeah, I think there's a lot of dudes who really like Doritos and energy drinks that love this film.
I'm keeping that awkward pause as long as I can.
Oh, I know you are.
Yeah, no, that's an apt description.
Did I just call you out a little bit?
No, dude, you know me. I love anything with ninjas and explosions and science fiction stuff. Yeah. So, but these are films that, like, I don't know if it's part of the way my brain works or the nature of my work or maybe all of the above, but like I enjoy switching my brain off.
Yeah.
And just like watching a popcorn action movie, but you know, there's varying degrees of success and failure with those. Yeah, obviously we've seen some bummers, but like this wasn't the worst film I've ever seen. But it certainly fell flat in a lot of ways when you critique it. Yeah.
It tried very hard, but it just did not get there.
That's the thing. I think if they tried to take themselves a little less seriously than they did, probably because of the budget and the studio push, it probably would have been a way better movie.
Yeah, probably. But you know, we got what we got, and that's okay. You know, it's fine. It's not, you know, offensive. It's fine.
Were there 1 stars and 5 stars on those Dorito loving?
Let me
Red Bull crushing homeboys.
Weird, so I'll just read them.
Oh no,
so the 1 star has no name on it, completely anonymous, and it says not very interesting. Shazam was way more of an interesting movie. I got so bored watching Chronicles of Riddick. Okay. That's an interesting comparison to Shazam, but whatever.
I don't see the parallel at all, but
I don't either. Okay. But you know, here we got a 5-star review from Jason R, and it says highly underrated, fun and different Star Wars with a creepy B-movie sass. The only the sequel squandered its potential to finish the story. So I guess he means Riddick?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Partially disagree with that. Partially kind of agree with that. I mean, it definitely has that B-movie flair to it, but
for sure.
Interesting that he got a 5-star out of that. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. You know, people like what they like, and it's okay. It just wasn't for me. But I did come up with what I think is a pretty decent reboot pitch. And I'm
Okay.
pretty excited about it.
That is exciting. So I
Yeah.
think before he throws us to break as he usually does, I wanted to
Indeed.
take this opportunity to let you text Doritos to star 530. I'm just joking. I'm kidding.
All right. Well, we'll take a break and then we'll come back and we'll talk our pitches, what we would do with the franchise.
Let's do it.
We're back.
Hey, we're back. Movie Leftovers. Dan,
Indeed.
Angel, Riddick. Yeah.
Yeah. Vinny Vin.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you do with this thing?
Okay. So this entire movie to me screams series. So that's the first thing I'm going to do.
Okay.
We are going to cut this thing up and slow things way, way, way down. Question: why is Judi Dench in this movie? I love Judi Dench, like almost with all my heart, but she feels so out of place in this film. Was she like, did she need to cover her taxes for 1 year? Was this
No? Vin Diesel really wanted her.
Yeah.
And basically hounded her until she agreed to make the movie.
Oh, and there's the graphic.
Yep.
Wanted the Dame Judi Dench to play Ariane and went to great lengths to get her. I guess so, because like she has such an unmistakable presence that the opening scene with her narrating, it's like, what? Judi Dench is in this? Like, let's go. This is going to be a massive movie. And then we just kind of
slide out of place. And she's very underused.
A lot. Or properly used, because I don't think she was very enthralled with the story, but I don't know. Yeah. So, like, we're going to chop this up into a series, man. We need an episode explaining necromongers, period. We need their powers, their desire to dominate existence, like the Borg from Star Trek for some reason want to. We need, at the end of that, like a species that fell to them so that they can kind of get their stepping stones up to what brought them to this crazy, unexplained, and thinly described force that they are. We need a full story, like episode or more, that showcases, even if you do flashbacks across a few episodes, we need a story explaining Jack / Kira, like what happened between Pitch Black and now, because clearly this movie takes place in that period of time, and it's like, oh, you left and I'm mad at you and I want to become you. And then it's such postage stamp after postage stamp on the scenes that it really fell flat to me. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I kind of looked this up while I was at work today. Apparently there was an anime that bridges the story between Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick.
Well, we're going to do it in my series. We're going to at least dedicate some time to that, because Jack's story, I think, is enthralling, or Kira or whatever.
Yeah.
We need a little bit more. We need an episode or 6 developing Riddick, his relationship to the bounty hunters. How about Furians in general? Maybe a little backstory there. I think a lot could make this universe awesome on an exceptionally manageable budget if it's done episodically. But there needs to be a thread through all of this that at present I feel like is extremely hollow. And so that's kind of what we're going to do. I don't have a direction change because I could guarantee that my series wouldn't get greenlit for a season 2. So I would try to find a way to tie that off. But here's the cast. This is the cast I'm going to hit you with.
All right.
So I'm going to start with Toombs.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to fuck this up, so I apologize. Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Oh, that guy's amazing.
Right. I want him as Toombs, but we're going to make him scary, not goofy.
Yeah.
Like, and he's done a role like this before where he was like,
Serenity film.
It was Serenity, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a little typecasty, but I remember really enjoying that he had a very deep presence and authenticity to that character.
Yeah.
I would just make him as gritty as I can and be like, here's the script, just go. Like,
yeah,
we're just gonna go. So Ariane, as much as I love Judi Dench, we're gonna throw Charlize Theron in there.
Okay.
And I think she could bring a different dynamic to that. I know that she's in the Fast and the Furious films now, and I don't really care for her in that, but I have seen her do other stuff in the sci-fi world that's like super cool. She did like an assassin type movie. She was Aeon Flux. I think she'd be good. So get this. What are your thoughts here? Purifier, right? The old Furion that was played by Batman's dad. That guy.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's where I recognized him from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some Dwayne Johnson. I want a Furion that's also like giant and can articulate well and is like a badass, but is now a necromonger. But it gives us a glimpse into what other Furions might have been like in years past. And he can talk. Give me some Dwayne Johnson as the Purifier. Okay. Lord Marshall. This is what I went back and forth on. So I need your take on this one.
Okay.
I'm going Gerard Butler because he's aging, but he's still scary. So you could like possibly overthrow him, but he's also kind of a badass.
Oh, we had similar thoughts here, but I'm gonna have a different guy. But
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So well, at least we're on the same thread. So Lord Marshall, Gerard Butler. So Vaco and then Dame Vaco, the who was played by Thandie Newton, who I'm still in love with. So Vaco himself, Zac Efron.
Okay.
All right, and then because he just wants the Lord Marshall's position, and that's all he wants. And then Dame Vaco, I went with Amanda Seyfried because I really like her a lot.
Oh yeah, she's good,
and I think she'd be good in damn near anything. So we're gonna cast her there. So for Kira / Jack, this is where I kind of flew off the deep end. But before you hate it, just think it through.
Okay.
Give me a super gritty Emma Watson.
Interesting. Okay.
Right? Like I want to see because she's kind of young enough to still like maybe fit the story arc and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then the makeup, because the Riddick I cast is probably the same age as Emma Watson, maybe a little bit older. Give me some buffed out Miles Teller for Riddick.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
okay.
I think it'd be really cool to explore him in a bunch of different episodes. Change his look a little bit and make him a little bit more thinker, or have him like Miles Teller as you see him transitioning into the Riddick that we know with the shine job and all that. Like give us something, but I think he would be really kick ass. That's my cast. I think we're going to do a series on it.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what I would do.
I like it.
I don't think this can be a movie. I think there's too much here to unpack in 90 minutes or 2 hours. So
what I think is interesting is, so you went with a series in order to hammer out all the mythology.
Well, right? But just for this movie alone, there's so much to unpack. Yeah.
Right. Whereas I decided to strip away a lot of the mythology and make it a film. So what I would do is, first scene of the film, Riddick wakes up in a prison. Okay. He has no memory of how he got there and how long he's been there. But he wants to get out. He just knows, I'm here. I don't want to be here. I want to get out of here. Right. The Imam tells him, Riddick, you've been here for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And every day, basically every few days, whatever, you stop remembering where you're at and we have to reset. It ends up, he's not in a prison. He's in a necromonger rehabilitation camp.
Ooh, nice.
And they are trying to convert him, but it's just not taking, because the Furion DNA will not allow it. He has that strong will that will not allow him to be converted. So he makes friends with the Iman. He makes friends with Kira in the prison. And he tells them, look, we got to get out of here. That's all we got to do. We just got to get out of here. So they work to get their way out. Eventually, Riddick gets out. The Imam is killed in the prison escape.
Nice.
And Kira is kidnapped in the prison escape. She's taken. So now Riddick is out. He gets together with the bounty hunters to try to get off planet. But they're like, hey, we got to get rid of these guys. These necromongers have taken over our world for 5 years now. We're living in this horrific, authoritarian government, and we want out. And basically, Riddick, we'll get you off the plane, but you got to, off the planet, but you got to tell us how you got out of the prison, because we have friends in there and we want to get them out as well.
Nice. Okay. This is sounding like a Marvel standalone movie almost.
Yeah, almost. So he agrees to help them get their friends out to get off the planet. And as he does that, he ends up having to he runs into the Lord Marshal. He ends up deciding that he needs to take this guy down, because what ends up happening is that they discover through their trying to break other people out that Kira has not only been taken, but she has been converted. And Kira now goes by the name Vako.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
so, yeah. So basically, Riddick challenges the Lord Marshal and says, I will fight and kill you. And to free this planet. And the Lord Marshal goes, oh, yeah. I'm going to have my champion. And that's when the big reveal of
I gotcha.
Kira is Vako. So eventually he doesn't want to kill her, right? That's his friend. He doesn't want to kill her. And he's told that, when the transformation has just happened, you can still save somebody. You can still pull them out. So he doesn't want to hurt her. Eventually he neutralizes her, but he kills the Lord Marshal. And there we go. He has taken over. He has saved the planet, and everything is done. Yeah.
But we're still not going to know who or what Furians are or what make them tick. We just know their DNA is not compatible with Necromonger transition.
Basically, yeah.
We're gonna need another movie for this.
No, just that they have a strong sense of independence, and so that's why it's like hard coded into them. That's why, like, we'll say something about like the Furian planet. It's not that they're dead.
Yeah,
it's that they all kind of left it because they couldn't stand each other.
Okay,
they're kind of a nomadic species, So he's just one of them that's also nomadic as well. So for the Lord Marshal, just like you, I wanted an older person, but somebody that could still, hang tough, but
still scare you enough. Yeah,
still scare you, but also you can, they're on their way out, right?
Okay.
So I went with Russell Crowe.
Sure.
Okay.
I like
for
it.
the Imam, I went with Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay, yeah. That's the one character I didn't cast.
Yeah.
I like Fish in that.
Yeah, I think you do well in it. Yeah. For Kira / Vako, I went with Karen Gillan.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. And for Riddick, I want a badass Riddick, so I went with Michael B. Jordan.
I like that too. Yeah. I like it. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. I do appreciate where we've stripped down a lot, but we're just going to make this a principally character-driven movie, and then we'll figure out the mythology around it at a later time and date. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Basically,
not bad.
We'll just feed you the mythology that you need to understand what's going on in the story.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is it's like for me, the way I approached it was like, if this is going to be a universe, we've got to have some backstory on the principal protagonist and antagonist. Right. And so I'm like, only way I could do it is chop it up into a bunch of different movies, which is just yeah.
And that makes sense if you want to keep all of that.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I dig it, man. I dig it. I like the Vako turn as well in your movie. That's great.
Yeah. So I think, like, watching the movie, I was like, they have the pieces, they just don't have them in the right order.
Yeah.
Made something. So
that was the thing. Is it's like if just a handful of things were done differently, even with the material they delivered, if it wasn't so fucking hollow, I think like we probably could have put some stuff together. But there's just a lot of unexplainable whatever, and some of it with like a sci-fi that takes place in the future or the past, and you can kind of just like acknowledge that what you just saw as an audience member isn't going to make sense with one or two sentences. Oh, that's because of the whatever device, right. And then you move on with how unrealistic stuff is, because that's what sci-fi brings. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the character pieces didn't match. Judi Dench didn't match. Why is somebody who could turn herself into wind not able to slip chains and just fuck off? Like a lot of the stuff was just weird. So
yeah. And then she didn't have the chains for a while.
Yeah, for no reason at all. And I truly felt that was just a continuity error. Like they just forgot to add the special effects into the take they kept.
Yeah.
It's like that's how bad that felt. So
could be, or she was just like, no, that rope is itchy, I'm not wearing it.
Yeah. If there was a live prop, she could have just said, yeah, we're done here,
Yeah.
Which, and by rights, like she's one of my favorite actors of all time. I love Judi Dench.
She's great. Yeah. Yeah, man. So that is my pitch. So next time around,
yes, let me grab the notebook.
So I have a movie for you. We haven't done one of these in a while. I think it's time for a family-friendly film.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna do Homeward Bound.
Oh my.
Yes.
Homeward.
Chance,
That's a Disney piece,
Shadow.
right?
Huh?
That's a Disney piece, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're gonna do Homeward Bound. Talking animals.
I love it.
I think it'll be fun. So
nice,
cool,
dude.
Man.
Okay, well, shoot. I wrote Homeward Bounce. Bound.
Bound.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, this was fun. Cool. So we will do Homeward Bound. We'll come back. If you guys are interested in participating in your thoughts on the show, since you know we're going to do Homeward Bound, we are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. You can feel free to check us out there in real time. We try to do these toward the end of the week, but you can hit us up, give us a sub on Twitch, and it'll notify you when we go live. Otherwise, check us out on all your podcast spots, Spotify, whatever you need.
Well, thanks everybody for listening, watching, whatever, and we'll catch you next time.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.